Welcome back to Weighing In. I'm Joe Zedalis with Pat, Lanni, and Bill Evans, and we're previewing all 14 weight classes at this weekend's NJSIAA Wrestling Championships. Right now we're taking a look at the 132-pound class, and this is a doozy. I mean, there are landmines all over this weight class. I mean, start with the first two seeds, guys. Gianni Gione of Brick Memorial has been a second and a fourth. He's the top seed. He's unbeaten. And he's already has a win over the number 2 guy in the weight class, Quinn Kinner of Kingsway. They met in the Mustang Classic back in December, and it was an epic battle. You know, Gianni Gione cradled the kid who couldn't be cradled and took a big lead, and then he held on for his life for a 1-point win, and they both got a standing ovation in December. So just imagine the possibility if those two boys reach the final. But like we said, there are a lot of dangerous kids in this weight class. Bill, tell me a little bit what you're thinking in your analysis.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, the top two seeds, maybe they are a notch above everybody else, but, you know, they're going to have to be on their game. I mean, there's some guys, you look at that bottom half of the bracket. Andrew Gapp is from North Hunterdon and seeded 26th. Obviously, he was a fourth-place finisher. He's one of the new, guys that are coming in that wouldn't have been here a year ago. But he's beaten the number 10 seed, Russell Benson. He's beaten the number 3 seed, Robert Garcia, Pope John. So he can certainly make his way through this bracket and be dangerous. PJ Gahn of Parsippany is another one. He's seeded 6th on that side of the bracket, and all his losses are to elite kids and close. So he's shown that he can hang with the best kids in the state. Pat, when you look at that top half, who are some of the guys that, obviously Gianni's going to be the favorite, but who do you think could give him a chest?
Yeah, you talked about it, landmines and traps and things like that, guys that can make a run. Senior Lou Ramo, very experienced, just talked about his younger brother, Nicky. He's the 9 seed, probably going to get Gione in the quarterfinals, if he can get by Ray Wetzel, who he's lost to the last 2 weeks. Wetzel from Queen of Peace, another very talented senior. Go right down the list. 5th seed, Chris Scorice from Cranford, very talented wrestler. And of course, state medalist John Berger from New Milford, a guy that got knocked off at Regions for his first loss of the season, but a guy that has experience, talent, and another guy capable of making a run. So look out for some, as you said, landmines, Joe. Well,
like I said, it's going to be a very interesting weight class. Pat, give us your finals and your winner.
Yeah, you really sold me on that final. You really pitched it really well, Joe. So I like that. I like Gione and Kinner, top 2 seeds, guys that are very talented wrestlers. I think Gione gets over the hump.
Cool. Yeah, again, I see. Again, we talk about the landmines, but I do think those two guys are really elite, and we'll answer the call. I think Quinn Kinner, 5th as a freshman, 3rd last year behind Nick Serrano, Ty Gazy, 2 pretty good wrestlers, I would say, and he was undersized then. Like you said, Joe, he got cradled up. That usually doesn't happen to Quinn. He's always been great on the mat, and he's really been working on his feet this year. He's been putting on a takedown show in the postseason. I think just working on neutral, getting ready for Gione, and I think this time he probably avoids that critical mistake and wins a close match with Gione in the final.
Well, I know this, in the latter stages of their first match, Quinn Kinner had great attacks on Gianni's left leg, so I think he's learned that. I'll tell you what, though, Gione is one of the most dangerous wrestlers in this tournament. He chin-whipped the kid to his back in the region final and decked him. I'm going to take Gione over Kinner, and I think it's going to be an epic. Well, that's it for 132. We're previewing all 14 weight classes. 138 is next. I'm Joe Zedalis for NJ.com.